Change Your POV Podcast, episode 57.
Do something productive, for God's sakes.
You mean Monday morning quarterbacking on my couch with a beer in my hand and just bitching on social media isn't it?
Not good enough.
Oh, not good enough. Okay.
Although it might be fun.
Might be fun.
You might figure out that you can solve all the world's problems from there.
Right.
But nothing gets done.
Yeah. Everybody on Facebook's a hero, and they all have the right answers.
Welcome to Change Your POV Podcast, helping you navigate transitions in your life, like entering and exiting college or the military, changing jobs or careers, and providing you with the coaching and mentorship needed to help you advance in your personal or professional life. Sometimes all you need is to change your point of view. Now, here's your host, Eddie Lazary.
Welcome, everyone, to Change Your POV Podcast. I am Eddie Lazary.
And I am Bennett Tanton.
And we are your hosts for this week's discussion. This is the fourth part of a four-part series all around transitioning veterans. And tonight's discussion, we're going to be talking about what do you have to offer as a veteran? And we've got 10 distinct questions that you as a veteran should be asking yourself, and we're going to dive into those. But first, before I get into that any further, I do have to have a quick shout out to this week's sponsor, drumroll, is 7-Day Resume. 7dayresume.com. Head on over there right now. It is a free online training program that I developed just for you or for somebody in your network that you know might need a resume. So if you've ever needed a resume, if you've ever wanted a promotion at your job, perhaps you're looking at a career change and you need a resume and you're confused about how to structure it, what typography is and what you should use, what the recruiting hiring manager or the recruiter or hiring manager are looking for in a resume, how to submit one, what to print it on. I covered everything from A to Z, all the questions that I had back in the day when I was not as well versed in the subject. I put it all together because I wanted to offer you something that I wish that I had. So 12 years of experience as a hiring manager, owning my own business. I've got my my degree. I understand what corporate America and hiring managers and recruiters are looking for. I put all that information in there just for you so you can save yourself a lot of time and hassle going through and trying to do all of the Google searches for resume. So Bennett, do you know how many, if you were to go to Google right now and type in the word resume, do you know how many search results would come back?
Isn't it somewhere like 5 million or some asinine thing like that?
You're close. 500 million.
Jesus. Yeah, so I was real close.
Yeah, you were close. So there was a 5 and there was a million.
Resume. So I just typed in resume, 442 million results.
There you go. Yep, almost 500 million search results. And that just goes to show you that there's a lot of people, a hell of a lot of people out there that are interested in how to write a resume, how to structure one, and the thing about it is there's so much information. The question becomes, well, what's the right answer? And what's so awesome about resumes is there's really no right answer, but there's a hell of a lot of wrong answers. And very few people and information that's available out there will actually differentiate between what is a right and wrong answer. And, a lot of people out there, especially your resume writing companies out there, they want you to believe that crafting your resume is a task that's well above your capabilities and that you must spend a couple $100 to have them create one for you. And that's just not true, man. It just is not true. You can do it yourself. You just need to have a little bit of background knowledge and information about what a resume is, what it's for, who's reviewing it, what needs to be in it, what shouldn't be in it, how to craft it, how to submit it, how to follow up, etc., etc. And I have done that all for you.
And I have to
So,
say that I actually went through it, ladies and gentlemen, and came out the other side with an actual resume that freaking makes sense. Um, and I've been out of the freaking military since 2003. Unfortunately, I don't think I had a resume that was worth a shit until I actually went through this program, to be honest. Um, other than the USA jobs thing, which is that's a different world. But seriously, I have a great resume now. I don't really need to use it, but I know there's plenty of people out there that do.
right.
And if I say that I need it, because I've been around the block, so I know what the fuck I'm looking at, and I look at it and go shit. And all I did was follow the freaking guidelines. I mean, I did it like Barney'd it, just like you put it forward. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, I broke
that's
it
it.
down shotgun style,
That's
man.
right. So do it.
So it's
Stop fucking
you got no,
around.
that's right. Quit fucking around. It's nothing to lose. It's free.
Yeah.
You just go to 7dayresume.com and there's a video on there that I put together. You can check out some information. It also comes with I also put together a Facebook group page, a closed Facebook group page only for people that opt in or that sign up for the training, the free training. So you can actually get into the Facebook group with other people going through the training. Myself, Bennett's there. Ask questions, interact with other people that are, in their journey or on their journey, crafting their resume, going through the program. So it's just a great networking opportunity. It's just all around a good idea. And the thing about resumes, it's very much like it's like life insurance. Like nobody really
Right.
thinks about it
Exactly.
until you
Until
need
you
it,
need it, and
right?
you're like, shit. I mean, if
Yeah.
you type in resume writing service into Google, close to
hmm
6 million
Oh
hits.
yeah, man.
Just that. So, and this is a no-brainer. So just do it. Just sign up and do it. Because at the worst thing that happens, it's not even so it's 7 days, but it doesn't take that long.
No,
I mean,
every
at the
lesson
end
is
of the
like
day,
15 minutes.
it just gives you time to think about it and then come back and do it. And in 7 days, you'll have a freaking resume that you can literally save on your computer and just rock it. If
Yeah.
who knows? Because who the hell knows what's going to happen in your life? Just do
Yep.
it.
Amen. And or if you don't need one, chances are somebody in your immediate circle, whether it be friends, family,
Absolutely, your son,
co-workers, somebody.
kids, whatever.
Yep.
Hey, adding value to the world. That's all I have to
That's
say.
right. And value. So check it out, 7dayresume.com. And I look forward to seeing you over on the Facebook group page as well and chat with us and kind of get to know us a little bit better. That'd be really cool. So very cool, man. Let's get into this discussion. What do you have to offer as a veteran? So
Absolutely nothing.
you're like nada. Is your buzzer gonna go off again?
I know how to fucking kill people. That's it. Done.
Shoot him in the face.
I can be a mercenary and get what's that magazine from back in the day? Soldier of Fortune.
Soldier of Fortune.
I'm basically gonna put an ad in Soldier of Fortune, and that is it.
Amen.
Job's done.
So it was funny.
I'm done
I
with
used
this
to have
episode. I'll see you later.
I had a platoon leader once that he was hell bent. Okay, so the majority of our listeners probably can probably relate to this. So I had a platoon leader once that was hell bent on getting our platoon photo submitted in an episode of Playboy,
Oh my
right?
God.
So,
Hey, you gotta have
so
goals, right?
yeah. So one field
That's so
we
awesome.
would so yeah, answering the question, what do you have to offer as a vet? So this guy, I'm gonna leave his name out of it. He knows exactly who he is if he's listening to this. So we ended up out in the field, right? And he's like, hey, Laz, come over here, man. Check this out. I'm like, what? And they're like, you remember the old metal foot lockers that can fold up? You know what I'm talking about? They're gray, they're gray, and they collapse down or whatever.
Yeah.
So he had one of those like in the back of his truck. And he opens that that bitch up, and it is full. I'm talking full of Playboys, dude. Like I've never seen so many Playboys in one place at once. And he brought them all out to the field. And it's like kind of night. He's got his flashlight. He's like, hey, check this out. He pops open this Foot Locker, and there they all are. And I'm just like, I don't even know what to say to the guy. I'm like,
hey,
I'm like, well, hold on. I'm like, it's dark. You've got a flashlight. you've got a footlocker of thousands of these Playboys, and you called me over here like exactly what are you looking to do here,
Hey,
man?
dude, check this out. Shh, psst, psst.
Yeah.
Check this shit out. What the fuck?
He's like,
What are you?
he's
What are you?
like,
5?
he's like, I'm like, what are we doing? What do you want to do with this? Like, what's this all about? And he's like, so tomorrow. And I'm like, okay, good. So we got plans for this tomorrow. He goes, we're gonna get the whole platoon lined up, and everyone's gonna have like a Playboy, and everyone will open it up to like to the centerfold or whatever, and then we'll get a picture taken, and we'll send it in to Playboy and try to get our actual picture of our platoon, everybody holding this. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so he wanted to do this like photo op out in the field. Of course, this is, ladies and gents, thank you for your hard-earned tax dollar money. This is how it was spent. So we spent probably a couple hours the next day doing all different kind of poses with all these different Playboys. He submitted them.
Oh my lord.
And I don't know if we ever got published in an episode or
Probably not.
probably not. But it was
hey, good
definitely
effort.
yeah. So it was one of those things. We get home from the field and the wife's so how did it go? Good.
It was quite nude.
It was quite nude. Yeah.
Oh my lord.
Anyway, so I don't know how we got off on that tangent, but whatever.
This has to do with leadership.
Yes. But you know what? It was, I mean, tell you what, he was one of the most loved platoon leaders we had. Our platoon, since the time, in the time I was there, we probably went through 5 different platoon leaders. And, when you're a platoon leader, you're either very memorable or you're very forgettable.
Yeah,
and sometimes
right?
either one of those could be good and bad. So
Yeah, man.
he was very memorable, but for a good reason. He was really, really down to earth. Great guy. Had a lot of respect for the dude.
So this is Friday's episode, right?
It is.
All right. So
Yes,
just because we're in that week, what did you do this weekend, Memorial Day weekend?
Mm.
Did you do anything special Monday or not?
So actually, you mean did I go anywhere?
I mean,
No.
I mean, or did you have your own little memorial in your backyard with a 40 or what? You know what I'm saying?
I I actually, to be honest with you, I worked all weekend on 7-day resume. Putting that together,
Hey,
which
the life of an entrepreneur.
that's right. Yep, that's right. I did cut the grass, but no, on Monday, it's it's a memorable day, right?
Course,
I mean,
obviously.
yeah, I mean, everyone gets together. It's kind of a good time. It's nice outside. Kids are home from school.
Did you guys have a barbecue or?
No, we didn't. We were going to, but it actually rained on Monday and Sunday.
New Hampshire.
Yeah, it rained. It rained. We needed it, but yeah, it rained, so we didn't do anything outside. But it was just so I lost two of my soldiers in Iraq,
Right.
and it's this time of year, every year, everybody that we served with, the families, the friends, everybody just kind of posts stuff to Facebook and a lot of memorial videos, and it's just time to reflect, right? And every year it never fails. We're 12 years. Well, I'm 12 years past my deployment in Iraq, and every year there's always somebody that manages to kind of dig up a long lost photo of that of somebody that that nobody knew existed. You know what I mean?
Right, definitely.
And it's just it's a humbling time because you're thankful for your friends and family and for the guys and gals that you served with. And it's a very somber time to remember those guys. But you know what? It's a remembrance of those that paid the ultimate sacrifice. And it's also a celebration of life. You know what I mean?
That's how I always approached it. I mean, because you don't want to remember, especially if you've got buddies that have passed on and whatnot. You don't want to remember the times when they're shitheads. You want to remember the times when you had good times. So it's always I try to keep it as positive as possible. Like so Monday I went to a buddy of mine who passed away in 2005 in Baghdad. He had got his convoy got hit with an IED. It's a buddy of mine from 10th Mountain, and so he's from Delaware and buried in Newark, Delaware. So I went and paid my respects at his grave, which I had not been to. And, I mean, it's 2005. That's 11 years.
Yeah. What unit was he in?
He was in 10th Mountain. He was in a cab unit in 10th Mountain. I want to say it's like the 71st Cavalry, whatever.
What day was he
Hold on,
killed?
hold on. I can pull it up really fast.
I'm just wondering because we were there 04 to 05. And I'm just curious. It's crazy, folks, how small this world is. You all know that if you're in the service or we're in the service, you know.
So he's a sergeant first class. His name was James S. Mowdy.
Okay.
Um, and he was with no, he was with me in 287 when I was there, Alpha
Mm-hmm.
Company 287. But he became, because they added a 3rd Brigade to 10th Mountain. And that's when the Army switched to the Brigade Combat Team
Right.
stuff. And
Right.
they also brought in the Striker and all that type of stuff, right?
Yep.
So he was with the 71st Cavalry Regiment of the 10th Mountain Division based at Fort Drum. And he died on December 11th in Baghdad,
Mm.
2005.
Wow.
Roadside bomb, IED. Yeah, so really funny dude, really, really dry. Um, I just laugh when I think about him, which is always a good thing. So,
Oh
so
yeah.
we went and saw, and the thing that was pretty intense, I guess, about his memorial service is that the division commander was actually there. Uh,
Oh wow.
and, um, which you don't really hear about that very much. I mean, we have some pretty good senators and congressmen in Delaware. It's a small state, so
Yeah.
uh, like you had Senator Tom Carper was there, and Joe Biden Jr.,
Oh
who is
wow.
now passed,
Yeah.
unfortunately, who is also a veteran as well. But he died of brain cancer, last year?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Vice President's son, but he was at the funeral as well. And then General Freakley, who was the
Mm.
commander of the 10th Mountain at that time, and he was posthumously awarded a Bronze Star and his Purple Heart. You know, dude is a great guy. So
Mm-hmm.
so I felt it. I'm like, hey, I'm within an hour's drive. Why wouldn't I go see him? Um, you know, have a laugh, have a cry. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what I did on Memorial Day.
Wow.
And then we came home and had a buddy of mine who is, or well, a friend of mine, and it's actually one of my daughter's best friends, and her dad is in the Air Force, and mom was she was also in the Air Force. There's a bunch of veterans of got together and had some chicken wings and
Yeah,
had some
man.
drinks, and it was good to go. It was fun. It's a good day.
So was that memorial service at like the cemetery
Yeah,
there
it was no
or
memorial service. It was just me, basically.
oh got it,
Yeah,
got
I
it.
didn't
Yeah,
even
okay.
take my kids or anything. It's
Wow,
just me.
man.
We were gonna go to Arlington that day, but then it just turned out to be kind of a crappy day. It was raining.
Yeah.
Decided to not go all the way to DC, but hey. Anyway,
So, yeah, real quick. So down in DC. So did you happen to make it down there?
no, I did not. Well, I did earlier in the week,
Yeah.
um, and just running around. But I tried to do some stuff with the GI Film Festival, but it didn't work out. So
Yeah. So I just saw a video today, as a matter of fact, and I guess this guy's been doing this for a number of years. I just learned about it though for some reason. You heard about the I think they call it the lone marine or
oh, the Marine that stands and salutes the
yeah,
Rolling Thunder and whatnot. Yeah, yeah,
right. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. He's
Like
done
right
this for
there
years,
overlooking.
dude.
Yeah, for like 4 or 5 years now he's done that.
Yeah,
And this year, I mean, he stands there and holds his
like for like
salute
3 hours,
while
I think.
3 hours. This year they could tell that he was kind of trembling a little bit.
Yeah, I saw a video of that, but
Yeah, he had a broken
yeah,
wrist,
it's crazy. Shit.
and he still stood. Yeah, man,
Staff
that's just
sergeant. Can't
yeah,
remember
Staff
his
Sergeant
name
Marine
though.
Corps. Yeah, I actually put I posted the video out to change our
Yeah, I
POV
actually watched
on
it.
Facebook
That's what I
page.
watched it. So,
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man.
all right. Well, since we've kind of gotten off on that tangent, but you know what? It's well,
Yeah,
it's due for this week. A
yeah,
little
absolutely,
remembrance is always good. But it
it
kind of
is.
segues into what we're talking about tonight, frankly.
Yeah. So we got 10 questions, and I created, I mean, we could probably have 100 questions here, but I really wanted to kind of narrow down 10 questions and then talk about each one of them. And these are, as a veteran, these are 10 questions you really should be asking yourself. If you haven't asked yourself some of these questions, um, as a veteran, you really probably ought to, I don't know, in the
Do
Army,
so.
we used to say check yourself,
Yeah, you should
right?
probably
Check
do
yourself.
so.
Check yourself before you wreck yourself, right?
Right.
So the first question, and these are in no particular order, this is just the order in which I wrote them. But the first question is, so to answer the question, what do you have? So let's rephrase that. What do I have to offer as a veteran? So the first question I would ask myself would be, what skill sets do I have that can benefit others? And here's an example. Let's say I was in the military. Let's say I was a good leader. I consider myself a good leader, a great leader. That could be considered a skill set that I could use to benefit others. How? Well, anyone's heard of like the Big Brother program or the
Well,
Boys and Girls
just
Club?
leadership training in general.
Right.
All veterans have it.
You do.
One form or fashion doesn't mean you're a good leader, but at
Right.
the end of the day, you've had training in it.
Exactly. You've got training and you understand respect. You understand, following a directive. You understand, all those things that make a good leader, whether you are or not. But that's a skill set. So, what can you do to benefit others? Well, you got the Big Brothers organization, the Boys and Girls Club. Perhaps you're physically fit. Maybe you're a really fit dude or dudette, I guess. Maybe you could you could do something like help train a team for a Spartan race, for example. And I just mentioned that because you and I have signed up for a Spartan race.
Yeah, my shit's
This
wicked weak.
well, we got some
I
time to
know,
get there.
I know, but shit, holy fuck.
Well, maybe you're a welder. Maybe you were a welder in the
Right?
military. What about going down and volunteering at a local high school that has shop class and saying, hey, I was a welder in the military. Is there any way I can maybe come by on Fridays and maybe give some of these students a hand? And, I mean, find something that you do or are good at and find ways to get
Well, the
involved
skill
and
sets,
do something.
and that
Yeah,
might
skill
even be
set.
as a team member,
Right.
because
Right.
guess what? I mean, a lot of people have no idea how to work in teams.
Oh yeah,
And in the
man. You're right.
military, we actually absolutely do.
Hmm.
I give another one that I've written down as well, or two. You're able to get along with all types of people because you
Hmm.
don't have a choice
Right.
in the military. So it's like they do all this diversity training and all this other craziness out in the civilian world. Well, the military is already built for that. I
Hmm.
mean, they've done it. They've done it already, right? So that's
Right.
absolutely a skill. And then the other part is being able to work under pressure and meet deadlines
Mm.
is
Yeah.
another big one,
Right.
at least that I found.
Absolutely. So, I mean, we can go
There,
on and
yeah,
on
there's
about
more than
skill
that.
sets.
Planning,
Oh yeah.
organization, emphasis on safety, um, rules and structure, flexibility and adaptability, self direction, initiative, work habits. I mean, there's a million, dude.
Yeah.
Really.
And we're not suggesting that you just, walk up to the first person you meet and say, hey, I've, I have experience in the military. I have skill sets that will benefit you. Move aside and let me show you how it's done. I'm sure I say that jokingly, half jokingly, because that's kind of the way that I was when I first got out of the Army. But then I quickly realized, oh, wait a minute, this isn't going to work out here. So I had to figure out a way to kind of give back to these individuals and organizations, utilizing my skill sets and understand that there's a lot of things you just can't do on your own.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Question 2, how can I give back? Now, you're using your skill sets to benefit others. That's one thing. But now we're getting into, how can I give back? Well, there's a lot of different things you can do. And again, I've written down a few here. I'm sure you got a few. Here's a couple that I've written down. Volunteer um, at a shelter or a soup kitchen. Um, here's one, and I got to give a shout out to my mom on this one. I put down play your guitar at a veterans home. And the reason I say that, I don't play a guitar, but if I did, I probably would do that. But my mom, she plays the piano and she plays the harp, and so on very regularly, and this she's been doing this as long as I can remember. I remember being a little kid and going with her to, vet homes and playing, and watching her play the piano to all the old folks at these vet homes. But she, even to this day, she'll go to a veterans home and she'll, play the piano and play the harp, and those folks just love
Yeah, man.
people from the
I
outside,
mean,
showing them some love.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
another thing that I've seen done is guys that have service dogs
Oh
going
yeah,
into veterans homes or into the VA hospital
right.
and setting up as a volunteer and actually taking the dog through and allowing, you know what I mean, sharing
Yeah.
that service animal. Or, and this is one of the things that we're working on right now, my wife and I, is getting our dog trained as a therapy dog,
Mm,
so she can take the therapy dog to the VA hospital
yeah.
and just walk around, and it
Yeah.
it
Yeah, man.
it makes a difference.
Yep.
Giving back, I mean, I do a lot of this. So one of the things that I do is, because I am considered what you would call a guy that's a little better off. I've been through the ringer with mental illness and come out the other side better off. And so I also do a lot of work with Wounded Warrior Project, and people can
Mm,
poo-poo it all they want. But at the end of the day, it gives me the facilities and the actual organization to set up a group. I'm a group facilitator with Wounded Warrior Project,
hmm.
and we have a group that we meet with, monthly,
Right.
and get together as brothers, and it's there's no females, but right now it's all guys, but we get together and we talk about stuff.
Hmm.
That's giving back.
Yeah. Yeah.
And anyway, you can sit there again and say what you want about the organization, but if you're using it as a way to make things happen, then by all means, I think it's a good thing at that point. So,
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, go start a fucking group. Go volunteer as a peer mentor somewhere. Get a little training and stand up as a peer mentor if you've got your shit together and
Yep.
you have the guts to go do it. I mean, and facilitate, other groups and guys to sit there and actually talk and create a community around, within your community. That's what it's all about. That's
Yeah.
giving back.
That's giving back. I mean, I have, very similar to what you're just talking about. I have organized a food drive for like a homeless shelter, um, or
Absolutely.
even or even coach a youth sports
Yeah,
team.
man.
There's so many kids out there that are looking so much for an adult role model, someone that they can look to, that they
Yeah,
can
there's
aspire
so
to
many
be.
different organizations out there. Bring
Oh
bring
yeah.
there's an organization out there that I used to be a part of when we were in North Carolina called Watchdogs.
Oh yeah.
Do you know it?
Yeah.
Where literally you go into schools and you volunteer like once or twice, during the school year,
Mm-hmm.
and you go in and you're basically a man. It's about men,
Right.
dads, just kind of showing their presence within the school. Believe it or not, go ahead and look it up. Watchdogs. Look at the statistics. It's freaking amazing. Doing
Mm.
things like that. I mean, simply, or find a organization like down in Wilmington, North Carolina, for example. There's an organization called Good Shepherd. Well, they have a
Mm-hmm.
home specifically for veterans called the Ashley House. But at the end of the day, it's run by Good Shepherd, and Good Shepherd feeds like, I don't know, 220 people a day,
Mm.
3 meals a day,
Mm-hmm.
and go freaking volunteer at the food pantry, go volunteer in the soup kitchen, go just look outside yourself and just give back. I mean, we joined the military for a reason.
That's right.
Um, and we know what it's like to be a part of something that's bigger than ourselves. And again, cultivate that within your community. And you know what? If there's no homeless shelters or food pantries in your community, start one.
Start one. Hell yeah.
So I mean, come on, we're built for this shit.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can be a selfish fuck and say no, I got enough shit to deal with. But
Mm-hmm.
that's all fine and dandy. But you know what? You're better than that. So
Mm-hmm.
just do it. Shut up. Do it.
How can I spread or share my message? Okay. And there's, again, with all of these, there's 1,000 different things. I just wrote down ones that we relate to, Bennett. And one of them is, if you have a message that you would like to share or spread, local radio shows are always looking for spots to fill, especially with veterans that have a good message to convey, right? I know that you do. I don't know if is it an online radio show or is it an actual radio show that you do every once in a while?
Well, obviously I do this podcast. I do Cigars and Sea Stories, and then it's an online radio show that I do once in a while, and then there's another podcast that I do once in a while, pretty regularly.
Yeah. So that was the next one on my list as a podcast, but there's difference, right?
Yeah,
podcast is more of an online.
Different.
But they got local radio shows.
But get on. I mean, it's easy as get on Facebook and explain your opinion, or write a blog on something.
There you go. Or online blog. Yep.
Get on LinkedIn and write a post, or find a place to write if you want to. I mean, there's a million different places out there that would accept your content.
That's right. I put write an article for a magazine or a newspaper, right? We did that.
We both did that.
Yeah. Teach a class at a local college or university. That's a good way to get your message out and spread the word, right?
Absolutely.
Or
just just feel like get out there and I mean, spread. Yeah. If you've got a message that's worth spreading, then get out there and spread it.
That's right.
Somebody will be there to listen.
Start a community on social media, like a Facebook group, right?
Yeah.
We've got several of those that we've started, and we've got even more that we're both members of.
Holy crap.
Yeah, we don't want to even get into that, right?
Yeah.
Meetups.com. You familiar with that?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so if you're looking for
networking and the whole thing.
Group to be a part of, or if you're looking to create one, go to meetups.com. There's everything for everybody.
Dude, there's needless to say. I mean, there's everything from Wiccan fucking porn stars that want to, get together and do weird shit to guys that just want to, guys and gals that just want to network for business. Dude.
Yeah. You go on there and look at
it's fucking wacky. There's some shit on there, but dude, wade through it all and get to the real stuff.
Go to meetups.com, type in Lieutenant with Footlocker of porn.
Yeah, you'll find something. Eventbrite, that's another. Oh yeah, that's another thing, another app website to check out.
So man, so how can I spread or share my message? There's a ton of ways. Just get out there and do it. If you don't know, if one of those doesn't fit your fancy and you still are lost and confused, hit us up, ask us a question, and we'll help you out. Next question, number 4. How can I make a difference, right? How can I make a difference? We've already kind of mentioned some of this. Some of this is overlapping. Yeah, but, there's a lot of organizations. I've got Sheepdog, right?
Sheepdog Impact Assistance.
Yep.
Team Rubicon.
Rubicon.
Mission continues.
Mission continues. Oh, man, we got...
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of these.
Even your local vet center, right?
Oh, yeah.
You can go down to your vet center and just be like, yo, I don't know what you guys offer. I don't know what I can do, but I just want to get involved. I want to help. What can I do to help?
And any veteran service organization, they'll find something for you to do. I promise you.
Yep.
Yeah.
And nothing is too big or too small, right? I mean, you go down to the vet center and say, I just want to get involved. What can I do? They might say, well, there's a group going on right now. I could really use somebody to help put away chairs. I mean, so you're putting away chairs, but you know what? Somebody's got to do it. You're helping out. You're making a difference. You're getting involved, right? Be a part of the equation. Do something. Team Red, White, and Blue is another one.
Yeah, that's a big one too.
How about this one? How about using and promoting veteran-owned businesses like veteranslist.us,
Yeah, man,
right?
big time.
I mean, those. All right, so people are like, well, what's the hell's that? So if you're familiar with Angie's List, right? Everyone's pretty much
I'm
familiar with
pretty sure
Angie's
they
List.
are. Yeah.
So veteranslist.us is kind of the veterans version of Angie's List. So if you want to support local veteran-owned businesses
And
in your area across the nation,
on top of that, they have an events page which might have shit in your local vicinity.
there you go.
So get
there you
on
go.
there and check it out. I mean,
Yep.
seriously.
Yep. So that's how you can make a difference if you support local owned veteran businesses and be a part of any
I mean, we all
shit
have
that's
a
going on.
veteran service organization
Mm-hmm.
somewhere in our area.
We do.
Whether it's a DAV, a VFW, American Legion. I mean, yes. There issues with the American Legion and the VFW? Yes. But at the end of the day, again, you're not going to be able to fix it
Yeah.
unless you're part of the equation.
And that's the thing, right? So you got certain people that just go into any situation looking for dirt, right? And I'm telling you, I don't give a shit where you go. If you're looking for dirt, you're going to find it. You're going to find it in the best organizations out there.
man.
And of course, you're going to find it in the worst. So if you go into any of these topics, questions, um, with that in mind, you're going to find holes, you're going to find gaps, you're going to find, all of that. But you know what? That's not what it's about. It isn't like, the question is, what do you have to offer as a
Yeah,
veteran?
man,
Not,
get involved in local politics or
yeah,
something. You know what
yeah.
I mean?
The question isn't how many holes can you poke in,
Right.
in
How
this
can
organization?
I make a difference? And
How can you make a
if
difference?
you have, if you think that Donald Trump is the answer to our country, then get out there and scream from the rooftops that Donald Trump is the answer to our country. Don't be an idiot about it. I mean, tell us why, at least. But
Yeah,
get out there and do be run part of his campaign in your local area. Do something. Do something
right.
productive, for God's sakes.
You mean Monday morning quarterbacking on my couch with a beer in my hand and just bitching on social media isn't it?
Not good enough.
Oh, not good
Not
enough.
good enough.
Okay.
Although it may be fun.
Might be
You
fun.
might figure out, that you can solve all the world's problems from there.
Right.
But nothing gets done.
Yeah.
Nothing
Everybody
gets done
on
for sure.
Everybody on Facebook's a hero and they all have the right
Correct.
answers.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So questions 5 through 10 are a little deeper. Are you ready?
I am.
What will I be remembered for? Damn. This one's ouch, huh?
Yeah, you could.
So maybe I
fucking dirtbag.
Yeah, so maybe I do nothing with my skill sets. Maybe I don't find a way to give back. Maybe I don't have a message I want to share. And maybe I don't want to make a difference. So that kind of cuts out 1 through 4. But you know what? Everyone to some degree, and if you don't, you're just lying to yourself, but everyone at some level kind of gives a shit about what they're remembered for. Wouldn't you say?
I mean, it comes down to their legacy,
That's question 6.
which is question 6, but it's very overlapping.
It is all very overlapping. So what will I be remembered for? So that is.
I mean, do you really want to be remembered as some kind of douchebag?
Right.
No.
Now that's
no.
yes.
And if you do, then go live in Wyoming, dude.
I love Wyoming.
I'm just saying.
My
Nothing against
in-laws
Wyoming, but you can totally hide in Wyoming. Is what I mean.
my in-laws are from Wyoming, and my brother and sister-in-law. Do you know what Wyoming's state animal is?
Oh God. Is it something cool like the Wolverine or something?
No, it's cooler than that.
What is it?
It's the U-Haul.
Fuck you. That's hysterical.
Everybody's moving the hell out of there.
U-Haul. People are going there to fucking hide. All right.
Yeah, that's right.
What was that movie? What was that movie? Shooter.
I don't.
What was the dude's name? What was Mark Wahlberg's fucking?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Gunny, something or other. Oh no! What was? Holy shit! What was his name in that? Bob Lee Swagger. That homeboy lived in Wyoming. He was just trying to hide. Leave me alone. Leave me alone, CIA. He went to Wyoming. That's why I brought it up.
Yeah, you can definitely hide in Wyoming. It's some shit. Yeah.
Shit. So yeah, go hide in Wyoming.
Yep.
Otherwise, don't be a douchebag, and
Don't
and
be
be known
douchebag.
for something good.
Well, so hold on now. So the question is, what will I be remembered for? The question isn't, what do I want people to remember me for, right? So
True.
what you want people to remember you for is way different question than
Will they?
what
Yeah,
will
but
you
it's
be remembered
completely based
for?
upon your actions.
Absolutely
So
is. So when you're 6 feet under, what are everybody that's still standing around like when your name gets brought up? What's going to be brought up? What is it? Oh, that guy was a
yeah,
a
drunk,
drunk
fucking drunk heroin
a,
addict.
a mean drunk son
Right?
of a bitch that
Yeah,
treated as
exactly.
or the guy that kind of gave back. I mean, what is it? What is it that people are going to talk about you about? What are they going to say to one another when your name comes up when you're long gone? What will you be remembered
And
for?
truthfully,
Right?
it might not matter to you,
Maybe you don't.
but if you have, and that's fine if it's just you. But if you
Right.
have kids and stuff, shit matters. Sorry.
Yeah, but you know what? I don't care who you are. If you gave a shit enough to raise your right hand and serve this country and wear this
Then
nation's
then
flag on your
then then
shoulder,
you should at
then
least give a shit.
you give a shit what people are remembering you for. You
Probably.
do.
Probably.
You could say you don't or whatever,
I'm a
but I
fucking tough ass motherfucker. Yeah, no. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, I
all
totally
right.
agree.
Question 6. This is different now. What is my
Mm.
legacy? So this is different than what people are being remembered. Your legacy is like the culmination of your entire life's work. Is it going to live on? And in what way is it going to live on? Right? Is it going to live on in the form of scars, both physically and emotionally, on your family's life? Is it going to live on in the hearts and minds of those that you helped
Right.
and sacrificed
Meaning
for? Like,
meaning like your kids and your grandkids are going to be
right?
awesome freaking people. That's your legacy.
Exactly. Your
The fact
legacy.
that you started a company and you kicked ass and took names and you helped a shit ton of people and you freaking, you know what I mean? That's the type
Right.
of stuff we're talking about. Your legacy,
Yep.
you know?
And people think that you got to help hundreds of thousands of people in
No,
order to be.
hell,
You know what? You just have to make a difference in one person's life. In one person, if you can make one person's life better in some
and
way,
hopefully it's
and
somebody that's close to you.
right, then you know you're making a difference.
Yeah.
You are. Question 7. Have I honored the fallen? Right? Let's look back in history, all of those that served and paid the ultimate sacrifice for the freedoms that we so enjoy and have come to love, and quite frankly, let's be honest, kind of take for granted, right? And at least many of us do or have at some point.
Yeah.
Um, the way you've lived your life, have you honored those fallen comrades, whether they just, World War II vets that just, are dying today, and Vietnam vets that are dying, and or those that died on the battlefield? Have you lived your life in a way that honored them? Because you know what, if not, if the question to this answer is no, then you really need to probably check yourself, look in the mirror and check yourself. And I'm not saying this in an accusatory way. I do this every single day. And I ask myself these questions every single day. And I think everybody should as well.
Well, and that's have you
Um,
lived up to the legacy of those that came before you?
that's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
absolutely.
Absolutely. I remember being in Korea back in 99, and we were doing a field problem. It was in the winter. And I've never, ever, ever, ever been anywhere ever that was as cold as that was. And we were out there, and I was supporting an infantry unit. So it's not like we had a Humvee that we could hop into and crank the heater or whatever. We were literally humping, with our LPCs. You know what those are,
Oh
right?
yeah.
Oh yeah, baby. Leather personnel
Back in the
carrier.
back in the day.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we were freezing our asses off so bad. And we were only out there for, I think it was 4 days. It was like a 4-day field problem. And it was so cold that everybody that was in a foxhole, well, we couldn't dig a foxhole. It was frozen solid. So we had to build up like dead logs and trees and whatever we can find to kind of
Right.
make some type of a defilade, right? And so we were kind of two people in a foxhole, if you want to call it that. And one person would be kind of back towards the rear of the company element of the forward line of troops, and would be doing like jumping jacks and push-ups to keep the blood flowing, while the other person was actually in the foxhole like pulling guard. And then you would do that for like 15 minutes, and then you'd swap out. So we'd literally be doing that like all day, all night, 15 minutes, freezing our asses off in a foxhole while the other person was doing like calisthenics to keep. And it was so miserable. And I was just like,
Yeah, man.
I was like, I was feeling pretty whipped, right? I wanted to throw in the towel. I was
Right.
done. But I was a non-commissioned officer, and I had to keep my guys going. And I just remember thinking, like, all of a sudden it hit me. I'm like, what it must have been like for the guys that fought in the Korean War,
Oh, fuck.
that were out here for months. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Wearing less gear than I had on, right? Actually fighting an enemy, right? Bullets going both ways.
Right.
And I was just like, you know what? I thought of them, and I was like, the question became, am I honoring those that have fallen? For all I knew, there could have been service members that died on the very ground that I was standing
Yeah,
on at the
man.
time. And it hit me, man, and it hit me hard. And I was like, you know what? I put my, poor, pitiful me thoughts that I had going on in my head. I kind of filed them away and said, I'm doing this. I don't give a shit how cold it gets, how bad it sucks. I'm going to suffer through these 4 days, because at least I know in 4 days it's over, right? I know it's over.
Right.
And nobody's trying to kill me, and I'm done. And I did everything I could to try to honor those that have fallen. Question 8. Have I honored those that are still serving? So we not only owe those that came before us, but we owe those who we've passed the baton on to, those that are still serving. Now,
Or at least try to at least set the stage so they have a better time than we did.
absolutely. Absolutely.
At least that's how I look at it.
Yep. I mean, I still know, a lot of my guys, like it's kind of funny now, right? I talked with one of my counterpart team chiefs back when we were both Colt team chiefs in 4th Battalion, 42nd Field Artillery, a part of Gulf Troop 10th Cav Colt Platoon, and he was an E5 and I was an E5, and we hung out a lot. I just reached out. He reached out to me the other day, and he told me that he's heading off to Sergeant Major School or Academy, whatever it is.
Right.
And I'm like,
You're like, what?
I'm like, what? That's just crazy, man. And one of my gunner that I had in Iraq is actually looking at making his first sergeant here pretty soon.
Right. Wow.
And I'm just like, it's amazing, right? Because in some form or fashion, I feel that maybe deep down inside there was something that I did while I was in to kind of help,
Right.
to kind of give them some, some guidance, some direction, some whatever, right? And kind of pass that baton on, because at the end of the day, they're going to pass that baton on to the people that are coming up behind them, and so on and so forth. And so that's that military legacy that we all talk about. So honoring those that are currently serving, those could be people that you know, or that you knew, or that served with you, for you, while you were in, that are still in, or perhaps you've been out long enough now where you really don't know anybody that's serving, but you know what? You still owe them in some way to live up to the sacrifice of service that they are still providing to this country,
Yeah, man.
right?
Absolutely.
Question 9. Have I honored my family? This one's really deep, right? Because, oftentimes as veterans, we talk a lot about the fallen and those that are currently serving, but you know what? The people in our lives that we owe the most are those that are closest to us, our family, because they're the ones that were left behind while we went off and did what we had to do and serve our country and did multiple back-to-back deployments.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I think a lot of people take them for granted because they are the ones that are closest to us. So, I mean, if you again, it's another time to check yourself. If you haven't done, honored your family, you need to get on it.
That's right. I would say you owe it to yourself, but you know who you owe it to?
Yeah.
You owe it to your family.
Yeah,
man.
absolutely.
And then question 10. And this is probably the toughest question of them all. And that is, have I left it all on the table?
Right.
Have you done everything now? Now, I'm not saying strive to be perfect, but you know what? You should always strive to be better than yesterday. Because at the end of the day, that's really all we have. We have ourselves to live with and to look in the mirror at.
I mean, it comes down to, I mean, think about the way that you did everything in the military I mean, think about it like when you went to a range or you went out to, and did a field problem in a training area or something like that. What was the entire idea was to leave the area better than when you found it.
That's right.
And that's what we should do in our lives. And I mean, it's really all the prior 9 questions can all kind of be summed up in the fact that if you live your life by trying to leave this world better than when you came into it, you will succeed in all 9 of the prior questions.
Mm-hmm.
So it really comes down to that.
Police your brass.
Police your brass. Pick up your fucking trash, and guess what? Create shit that's good.
That's right.
And if you really strive to leave this world as a better place than when you came into it, all these other questions don't mean anything because they will be done.
They will take care of themselves.
Correct.
Yep, absolutely, man. Well, that does it for this episode of Change Your POV. Thank you, Bennett, for this engaging conversation. Do you have any parting words for the audience?
I don't, other than go out there and do good things.
Things.
Truly walk into every situation that you're in saying, how can I add more value than I came into this whole thing with? That's it.
And I will close this episode with a quote by Albert Pike, and that is this: what we have done for ourselves alone dies with us. What we have done for others and the world remains and is immortal. You can check out everything we talked about in today's episode by heading over to changeyourpov.com/episode 57. Never miss an episode. Hit subscribe on your podcast player of choice. Don't forget to head over to 7dayresume.com and sign up. And if you want to reach out to me directly, you can email me at eddie@changeyourpov.com or bennett@changeyourpov.com.
Damn. I'm coming up in the world.
You're coming up in the world. Yeah, man. So never met. So, yeah.
Sorry. I totally just scared that shit right out of you.
So, yeah. Till next time. There we go.
Fuck it all. Till next time. We love you, baby.
We love you.
We love you.
Peace.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to Change Your POV podcast with Eddie Lazary. Check out more content by going to changeyourpov.com. And remember, your ability and willingness to change your point of view will open doors of opportunity.
All right, man. And then I'm going to do a real quick pitch on 7-Day Resume since today is the launch day.
Yeah, baby.
And I'm not done with lesson 7 yet.
Hey, wouldn't want it any other way.
But what's nice about it being a 7-day resume is
it's that you have 6 days to get it done.
That's right.
It's like, God, right now, you're rolling like God. On the 7th day, that bitch rested.
Because there's already like people in the queue. So there are people like are expecting the 7th day come
7 days. Come the 7th day. Which isn't till Sunday, right?
Saturday. Saturday, yeah.
Right.
So yeah. So I yeah. So I got a very hard date to me.
Get that shit done, homie.
Yeah, hells yeah. All right. Cool.